Okay, so I saw this on Twitter about this person named Floof /@ice book tag, and I just want to spread awareness about it. They have like a deep dive from 2023, like the Twitter space in 2023. I can make a video on that, and the document will also be in the description if you want to read it yourself. Just so you know, I'm getting all my information from this document. I'm going to be reading off this document. Trigger warning: pedophilia, lolicon, heavy sexualization of women, racism. Okay, the name Floof may sound familiar to some of you in the OSC since she was previously going by the alias of @RubySeal and was pretty active in both the OSC Twitter and the OSC parody Twitter space back in 2023, which was when the first doc of Floof had released showing all the vile stuff that she had done. You can find that doc here, like I said earlier. I can go into that if y'all want me to, for reference. Cut to 2024 when she apologized and we let her back in the community and back into our friend group, which would soon turn out to be a bad idea. Behind the scenes, Floof is a horrid person and has confessed to some very horrid things, and she does not deserve to be in this community anymore. One thing I did see in the first document, because I did read some of it, is that they kept referring to her as it, and I was so confused, like what? She has done many things, from taking a liking to underage child characters to admitting to doing terrible things to her foster siblings. She is a messed up person who should go seek help. There are many more things that she has done ever since she came back in 2024 inside this doc. So please, read all of it through, and please consider blocking Floof and spreading this doc around to those who know her. We want this to reach a lot of people so many can realize the weirdo that Floof is, so she can, with no further stalling, I will proceed onto our first point in the doc. This doc starts off with the most recurring event, pedophilia. Floof admitted to being attracted to her step-sibling, who was around 35 years old, according to her, stating they would be unknowingly sexual with her. She actively enjoyed it, stating it was hard to restrain herself from enjoying it. I don't think I'm going to be able to read these screenshots out loud, but in the first 4 screenshots, after them, the person who made this document said it didn't end there with just impulses. She'd actually act on it, masturbating on her stepsister. After the next 3 screenshots, it says, furthermore, she'd taken an interest in child characters from shows like My Hero Academia and Dragon Maid characters being a major example. She'd asked for /send porn of characters from the shows, specifically not aged up. Section 2, breaking boundaries /sexualizing women for their body parts plus some extra offenses. This person, who she thought was 14, turned out to be underage. Even if they were 14, Floof is nearly 17, and that is no excuse. Even after finding out their true age, she still tried to pursue a romantic relationship with them. She had also, on many occasions, liked certain female characters only for the size of their breast and butt, and just sexualizes breasts and butts altogether, which also will be covered here. Let's begin. Okay, in the first screenshot, which is going to be on the screen, Floof is talking to the person mentioned earlier, and she was being awfully intimate with them, like here, where she's giving them big virtual kisses. This obviously makes the other person very uncomfy. She wasn't even in a relationship with them, but she did this. This is very weird and a boundary break, if you will. In the second screenshot, which I'll put on the screen, she's here sexualizing women for their body parts, stating in the big letters that she likes breast and butt of female characters, without even saying if she also liked how these characters acted. She has done this a lot. She'd only get into a show if there was a good-looking woman in it, and it was just sickening. She didn't care how the characters acted or what their personalities were. She just cared for their body. In the third screenshot, after the person stated their age, Ages ago, before this, she states to still have a crush on said person, which is weird considering they don't want/aren't comfortable with it. Floof then continued to virtually kiss said person in the fourth screenshot and play it off as if it was platonic, such as ish excuses. It was so obvious she wanted some sort of relationship at the time, and that is disgusting. Breaking someone's boundaries like that and playing it off as if it wasn't romantic, gross. Fifth screenshot, she didn't stop there. She even proposed marriage to said person, which is too much. Also, the hugging was a tad weird. It seems she disguised her acts in a platonic form, but she thought of it as romantic actually. The sixth screenshot, something to add on that was weird, is that she used to say stuff that was going to be sexual, but then at the last moment say something to make it normal, as shown in the screenshot. She used to do this all the time, and it's just effing weird. She knew what she was implying here, but she tried to make it something normal. This is so messed up, and it's so off-putting. She wasn't even vague with it either. It was made fully obvious what she was trying to say. This linking back to the pedophilia section, but she says that her liking underage people was a cause of her autism. I fully believe she was lying about having autism so she could like kids, since she lied about a lot of stuff in the past. And I think this is her trying to get accepted and not judged into preying on kids. She's clearly trying to hit on a 14-year-old as a 17-year-old. It is so scummy to fake autism to try and get away with having an attraction to kids. She was also using POCD as an excuse for all of this. There are screenshots that she's saying the N-word, y'all. The N-word, she's blatantly being racist here, saying a word she isn't able to reclaim many times. Really shows how offensive she is. And she doesn't even try to hide it. Oh, and by the way, yes, she's white. One messed up thing she did in a relationship, and I'm gonna put like a screenshot of it, y'all, because this is kind of blurry. Well, never mind. It says, sorry if the screenshot is hard to see, but here it says that Floof's ex-partner, who wishes to stay anonymous, stated that when she vented to Floof about her abusive father and how she had to refer to him as sir, they made Floof become obsessed with being called sir, and often guilt-tripping ex-partner into calling her sir because it turned her on. This is extremely messed up, since you can't just take someone's life of abuse and suddenly like to be called something that their ex-partner clearly didn't like. Her guilt-tripping ex-partner into calling it her is even worse too. Just shows how pathetic and weird Floof is. Okay, y'all, so it says end of doc, extra info. It is suspected that Floof has moved accounts after all of this was discovered, as she mysteriously abandoned all of her socials. Her Nintendo Switch name was changed to Astro, and she usually updates her names everywhere. End of the doc. I highly recommend blocking Floof's account on Twitter, Ice, Book Tag, and reposting this so it can help reach more people. Her acts cannot go unseen and need to be acknowledged, and she needs to be punished for her actions. She has a medium-sized follower count on Twitter, so if this can reach those people too, so they can unfollow her, would be good. Floof has been exposed before, as stated in the beginning in the first doc. She hasn't changed at all, then, which is disgusting. This doc was all written by me and some help from my friends, and with some screenshot sources from friends and my friend group. So sorry if I seem to have repeated some things in my wording. This is my first time writing a doc, and it took a lot to get used to. I read that with y'all. Like, this is crazy. I definitely think there were like a lot of typos because I was confused by reading it. Like, you see what I'm saying? I feel like y'all heard me. But this girl is so weird. Like, she needs to be in prison. Like, you did that to like your little sister. That's literally so disgusting. One thing I can tell y'all, in the first exposed doc, she did do like a lot of guilt tripping, because I did look over it. Like I stated earlier, I did look over it, and she did a lot of guilt tripping. So I'm guessing that's why they let her back into the group chat, like their friend group. Because if it isn't that, then I don't understand why you would do that. This girl is a pedophile, like a real life pedophile. All this lolicon and doing this in front of your stepsister is disgusting. She needs to be put in prison. And I wish I knew more about this girl. Like, obviously, I have, like, the deep dive, like, all the information in this doc. But, like, is there more? Like, do we know what she looks like? Oh, I'm reading the comments now, and it says, Seven had said, bro, it's the big 2025. We exposed this fool in 2023. Who's letting them come back? And then American Idiot 2004 says, unfortunately, I wasn't there when they decided to let her back in for whatever reason. I have no idea why they did this. This is obviously so disgusting, you guys, and I want you guys to share this video. If y'all know any more information about this Floof girl, tell me in the comments. Tell me how y'all feel about this situation. I always say I'm disgusted, but I really am disgusted, y'all. Y'all know how I feel about when people do stuff to children. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. You're 17, you know better. I don't care if you do have autism. You having autism does not excuse you to do these things to children. Your autism does not exclude you from being a pedophile. It does not. If a person with autism sexually assaults or rapes somebody, they still should be in prison. Not because like they fully understood like what they were doing, but it's the fact that they were able to do it and they ruined someone's life. And please do not misunderstand what I'm saying. Regardless if you have an intellectual disability or not, it's still rape. If you rape somebody, you are a rapist. I'm not saying that it isn't an explanation behind it, because someone who's that impaired, obviously they've been experiencing it at home and they've been manipulated into thinking, hey, this is okay. Like, it's okay for me to treat you like this. So then they go out in the world thinking touching on people or raping someone is okay. That explains why they're doing it, but it does not excuse them why they're doing it. And in prison, they should get help. And I'm not saying the person who manipulated and brainwashed a intellectually disabled person into being a rapist shouldn't go to jail. I'm not saying that they should. They should definitely go to prison forever and ever and ever. But the person who is intellectually disabled who did that to another person should be in prison. But I feel like those type of people can be rehabilitated, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. But obviously, like, it's going to vary between people. Maybe someone who got raped by someone with an intellectual disability is going to be empathetic towards them and be like, hey, don't put them in prison, put the person who made them think like this in prison, okay? I'm not saying everybody's going to think the way I think. I'm just speaking for me personally. Like, if someone with an intellectual disability did that to me, you're going to prison. But I want you to be rehabilitated because you don't really understand what you're doing, okay? If you want to do it for yourself, then don't do it, okay? Okay. Have a good day or night wherever you are from. Make sure to share this video, like this video, and just subscribe, okay? Bye, guys. I love you.